and welcome, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to bring you two quick and easy little gnomes that I think you're really going to enjoy. I got a little gingerbread couple. If you want to know how to make this little guy and gal, stick around. I'll show you how. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Okay, for this one we're going to use a styrofoam cone and some felt, and then just cut your pattern out. I have the link for it in the description below. And we're going to start at the very tip to attach our felt together. And then we're going to attach it at the bottom, and then we'll line the whole thing up here in a second. This is an easier way to make it line up, starting at one end and then the other end, and then just go ahead and attach the center pieces together. Next, we're going to just attach the bottom. Just go ahead and glue all the way around the cone and just push it up there to the bottom. And then we're going to attach a piece on the very bottom to tie it all together. And just kind of put some glue around the edges just to kind of pull it all together. Okay, next we're going to make the hat, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start at the very top, just put some glue at the very top and fold that over. Just try not to glue your hat to the opposite side. And then glue the bottom part down, and then just go ahead and glue your centers together. This just helps you line it up a little bit easier. We're going to make his pants, and I'm just giving you the pattern for that in the description below too. And we're just going to cut this out of some cotton fabric. You can use any color you want to. I just had this one on hand. Just going to fold it over and glue it together. This way we'll have a nice finished edge once we turn it right side out. Go ahead and turn it right side out, and then we're going to go ahead and put it right over the top part of our cone. And just go all the way down to the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and glue our bottom down at the edge. And we're going to cover this up with some ribbon, so don't worry about having a finished edge. And then just trim off any that hangs over. And then we're going to take some ribbon, attach it to the back, and then we're going to go all the way around the base, kind of pulling it snug. And then just trim off the back and just glue that down. Okay, next I'm using a wider ribbon, and I'm going to make some suspenders. And these measured 3.5 inches. Okay, next I'm going to make this beard, and I'm measuring it at 1 3/4 by 1.5 inches and cutting behind the faux fur in a U shape all the way back up to the other side. And then clean any excess off. Okay, now we're going to measure 4 inches from the top, and that's where we're going to put our beard, and hold it up there while you mark your suspenders, because you want your suspenders to be seen. And we're just going to tuck them up underneath his pants, and we're going to glue these down. But do take the time to put the beard up there first, because you do want to make sure you can see those from the side. Next, we're going to attach some ribbon around the top just to clean that edge up as well with the same ribbon we used on the bottom. So you're going to start at the back and then finish at the back. And just kind of pull it snug all the way around. And I'm gluing the top part of the fabric down as I'm going around there as well. Okay, next we're just going to attach a couple little buttons to each side. And then we're going to come down 4 inches, and we're going to go ahead and attach the beard. And we're doing it on the side that has the seam. That'll give you a nice finished out edge on the back. And attach some rickrack right down the middle of his hat. And just make sure you get it in the center because we are going to go down the back part of the hat as well, and we're going to cover up that seam in the back. Okay, and then just to make sure I get it centered good, I'm going to go ahead and put it back on top of his head, and then I'm going to glue the rest in. And then we're going to glue all the way down the back, just covering up that seam. To attach the hat to the body, we're just going to put a dollop of glue right on the very tip top and pull the hat all the way down. And trim out the bottom part of his hat. We're going to just take some ribbon and wrap it all the way around. Then go ahead and add a little bit of glue down at the back bottom part of his hat and just go ahead and push it up to that cone. I'm going to go ahead and attach his nose. Just put a little dollop of glue on the back part of it. And this is just a 15mm half bead, and just push it under the hat just a little bit, but you want to make sure that you can see it. Okay, for the girl, you're going to build her body exactly like you did the first one. And then I got this ruffle at Hobby Lobby, and I'll give you the link for it. It's in the ribbon department. It's already ruffled. If you can't find it, just make a little ruffled skirt just to go around the bottom. And this measured 2 3/4 inches in length. And just kind of pull it around to the back, and then just go ahead and glue it together. Okay, next, to trim out the top, we're just going to take some ribbon and wrap it all the way around the top edge. And I'm starting in the center. Just find your center point, and then go ahead and put the glue in, and then go ahead and wrap it all the way around to the back. And pull it tight as you're going. Okay, for the pigtails, we're going to cut these at 1/2 inch by 3 inch. And you're going to cut 2 of them. And then just kind of cut at the bottom part. We're going to kind of U-shape those a little bit. But just cut the backing only on the fur. Okay, then we're going to glue them together just halfway. So just start halfway down and just glue that together. You're going to leave the top part flat because that's how we're going to attach it to the body. And we want it to be flat because we're going to be putting the hat over the top of it. It just helps hide the backing on the bottom part of the pigtail. To attach them, we're just going to attach them on both sides. And you just want to come up enough to where they're going to be covered up by the hat. And they actually will come down they'll come down to the bottom of her skirt. Okay, for her bangs, we're going to take a 1/2 inch piece of faux fur, and we are going to cut it at 2 inches. And just kind of U-shape that as well. And then we're just going to come down right in the center part of the 2 pigtails and glue that in. Okay, then we're just going to go ahead and glue her nose right up underneath her hair. You just want to make sure that you leave it where you can see it when you put the hat on. And just kind of comb her bangs down over her nose a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and put our hat on, and we're going to just glue it down in the back. Okay, next I'm just going to tie a little bow, and I'm going to put that right in the center of the top part of her dress. Okay, next I decided to add a little bit of stuffing up in the front part of her hat. You could do this way before you glued your hat on, but I just figured it needed a little bit more fill up there. So I'm just putting a little bit of polyfill just up in the top front part of her hat. So we're going to take that same rickrack. We're going to start at the back part of her hat, and we're going to go all the way around the base. And then we're going to spiral it up to the top of the hat. Just kind of make sure that you do have it pretty straight across here on the front part. And then go ahead and start spiraling it up. Just kind of make sure that you do have it pretty evenly spaced as you're going up. And you can just eyeball this. Okay, next I'm going to take some of that same red ribbon and I'm going to make 2 little bows for her pigtails. And you're just kind of gluing them down on the bottom part. Okay, for their arms, I'm just taking a 1/4 inch hole punch and I'm punching out 4 little holes. And this is what's going to be at the end of our dowel stick, covering up the end of it. It was a little bit of struggle, but I did get through it. Next, we're going to take 2 1/4 inch by 6 inch dowel sticks, sharpen both ends, and then we're going to cut them off at 2 3/4 inches each. And I'm just using miter shears to cut those off. And then we're going to go ahead and glue those little pieces of felt down to the bottom of each one of these. For the arm fabric, we're going to take a piece of fabric that measures 2 inches by 1.5 inches, and we're just going to roll it up onto these dowel sticks. Now this first one I just did it to measure, and then I show you here the measurement on the 1.5 inch here in a second. You just want enough to just go all the way around. You don't want them too bulky. And then go ahead and cut the rest of them out. And then just go ahead and glue down one end, and then just put each one of these in, and then we're going to roll them up. And you don't have to add arms. You could stop actually right there if you wanted to. These are super easy to make, but you could actually, if you don't want the arms, you could just stop right here. And then do each arm exactly the same way. Next, to trim out the edge, we're just going to put some of that same rickrack all the way around the bottom. Okay, we're just going to get right up close to the edge, as close as you can get to the edge, and then just go all the way around and then glue it to the back. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing with the other 3. Attach the arms, we're just going to come right into the side. I'm going to make the arm sticking straight up, and I'm just going to stick it right down into the styrofoam. Now I'm poking a hole right here in the side, but then I'm going to come back in with a stick and kind of make it at an angle. But you just want to get on both sides and kind of angle them up. Just took another sharpened dowel stick and I'm coming in at an angle. Then I can go a little bit deeper in here to get it more angled. And then we're going to go ahead and glue our arms in. And then for the little lady, we're just going to come right behind her little pigtail and we're going to put her arms in here. And I'm just taking an X-Acto knife so I can cut through her skirt. And come back in with that same little sharp dowel stick and come at an angle so that the arms will angle in. Make sure they're even, then go ahead and do the one on the opposite side. Okay, once you get them where you want them, go ahead and glue them in. To dress up their hats a little bit, I'm just going to put some little peppermints on them, and I'll give you the link for these in the description below. I bought these on Amazon. And just kind of randomly attaching them to the hat, and I'm going to do the same thing with the little gingerbread man. Okay, then I'm going to attach one to the tip of each one of their hands. All right, these were pretty easy. Okay, these little guy and gal turned out super cute. They're super easy to make. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a thumbs up. And be sure and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it.